Alright, weather's crap today. Of course, really can't take large format out into the snow. So we are going to, I'll show you the snow real quick. So we are going to take a picture of Henry here. And I'm going to use a dark background. One of my previous videos I used my dark bag and it had kind of a sheen to it, and as I was thinking of something to take a picture of, I remembered the inside is like a flat, so we were going to prop up a little tent, set Henry inside, and I think he'll make a good subject. He's green, he's prickly. So let's get set up and see what we can get out of it. I got 2 more sheets of Fomapan left over from my first failed shoot, which I can't do the video because snow. And so we're just going to burn both sheets up so I don't have to worry about storing it in the holder. I had one, I believe it was the FP4, was stored in the holder. Just a plastic bag sealed up, freezer bag in the fridge, facing, the slides were facing out toward the room. The very edge of the film was completely black, so I'm guessing, just light leak over time, but nothing enough to ruin the film, because you saw the picture of the tractor spring. So. Alright, let's set Henry up. A little weight here. Found this metal detecting. It's an old iron. They used to put them on the stove. This light off. Use the headlamp again because it's adjustable. A little bit of white cardstock to get rid of the shadow. It's still shadow, but not as dark. When you pull that away, it gets a little darker. All right, there's the view under the hood. Right about there. There's enough light there. Gives us some shadows in the creases. Put a shadow on the side. Alright, got my Bellows extension chart. I was trying to print it. Printer doesn't seem to want to print today. Metered up. Let's see, where's my meter? So we came up with 4 EV. Bellows extension called for about 2.5 stops. And which put us, I'm going to shoot one at f5.6 there, so that's roughly 10 seconds. So reciprocity, fomapan, be about 30 seconds on the first exposure. We will shoot that and take another shot at a longer depth of field. Alright, one exposure not done. See what's missing? Forgot to put the film in. Alright, let's try it again. Alright, gonna do F22. Bellows extension. And let me find my meter here. So with the bellows extension already figured in, looking at 3 minutes, and 3 minutes is 28 minutes. So I'm going to start my timer, change the ink in the printer, and see what comes up. Alright, Henry negatives look good. I believe this one is the longer exposure. There's a little less detail here than there is on that one. Misread the chart for a bellows extension. Thought I needed 2 and what was it, like 2 1/3 stop. It only happened to be a little like a stop and a quarter. At that length of exposure, that made the difference between 16 minutes, 28 minutes. I stopped it at 21, so it's a little over a stop overexposed, but still turned out fine. Do a quick contact sheet. I think I want the one that's more in focus front to back, but we'll see once I get that done. And then I believe I'm gonna blow him up just so he's, I mean, if it looks nice with the bottom, I'll leave that in. Maybe I'll do 2, but I kind of just want him in there. 8x10, real big. So, all right, let's get started. All right, test strip. That shows me what I want to see. I definitely like in the, I think I like the sharper image a little better. So I'm going to do that one. It gets a little blurry on the needles there. So we'll see. And I believe I'm going to crop him in. So this was 246. So we'll get her all set up and we'll do a test strip of the picture. Test strip. 2, 4, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 15, the blacks finally went all the way black. This is the shady side. So right away, I know I'm going to have to do split contrast. So we're going to go, I'm just going to give it a shot. Contrast 0, 15 seconds. And then we'll back this off about 2 seconds. The more you print in your own darkroom, work with the same papers, same developers, and you look at something like this, you kind of know which way you have to go. So we'll give that a shot and see what we come up with. Alright, let's go through the thought process here. We started out, you know, I felt I needed dual contrast. This is the 15 seconds contrast 0 and 13 seconds no filter. As you see, the shadow's getting better. And as I looked at it, kind of wanted the shadows a little deeper. So I was like, I figured let me hit it with contrast 2.5 along with the contrast 0. So I went a little longer on the contrast 0. That was 20 seconds contrast 0, 15 seconds 2.5, and it held back the highlights too much. As you can see, it's just too blown out. So got to thinking again. I'm like, this was looking better with no filter, and so I went no filter at all, no split contrast. I just upped the time to 25 seconds, and I think we're just about there. Tone on here looks good. I don't have to worry about up here because it's black. Shadows are looking okay through here, and it's, you know, bright on the top, but light was shining on it. And it's crazy. This was f/22. How, I mean, he's only this wide, like 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, and it was already getting blurry back there. So we're going to do a full print. I think I'm just going to go just a touch longer. I'm going to do 2 more seconds, so 27 seconds. Write that down. No filter. All right, let's get a paper in there and print her up. All right, yeah, as usual, it's always an experiment. You always got to, you always just got to keep thinking. Oh, it's part of the fun. I'm using the big trays today because I got to redo my tripod rock picture. I don't know what happened to it. User error. It was fine until I put it in the press to try to flatten it out some. I must have had some of it hanging out, and what happened was the whole, like this whole edge got looking like a lasagna noodle. So we're going to reprint that before we move over to the other enlarger to print some 35mm negatives that I took at the beach. Let's move you over to the developing. 1 minute in the developer. I'm definitely interested to see what that I want to do the empty boardwalk picture in the contact sheet. It looks pretty cool, and we'll see how it turns out. All right. And there he is. Pretty happy with that. Guess everything's nice and clean. It's always scary when you're printing and you have that much black. Dust spots, poof, show up real. There's not one spot in that whole black area. So I'm pretty impressed. All right, Henry's done. I'm gonna do my tripod rock, and then I will move over to 35mm for a separate video that I still need to finish, and we'll go from there. Weather out there, I did this because it was lots of wet snow. Of course, large format cameras are not waterproof, but today is ice rain, so we're spending time printing. Let me get this so I don't Mess up my corners. Alright, I hope you enjoyed. Pretty easy print session. Be nice if they all went like that, but you know, the harder they get, sometimes the more you learn. So hope to see you next time. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, slam that bell so you get your notifications, and we will see you next time.